Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video. And in this video we're going to talk about Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Now I never had an actual chance to play KOTOR until number 1 and 2 were available on the Switch, and I have them owned both, like on the Switch. I haven't beat them yet. I plan to. I recently got the second one. It's just the only reason why I haven't beat the first one is because time management. My time management sucks. Which is part of the reason why it's kind of a struggle for me. Because my time management sucks. But about like earlier this year, late last year, KOTOR. I forget like the exact timeline, but it was like between late last year, early this year. Knights of the Old it was announced that KOTOR was having a remake, right? And I remember like there was some like controversy, like, oh, they're gonna ruin this KOTOR, blah blah blah, and those complaints I can understand, but in my video that I've done reacting to the trailer, I was saying that they could have easily have gone the Final Fantasy 7 HD remake route, where it says remake in the title, but it's really a remastered version of, if that makes sense. Just remaster, if not the entire game, then part of the game, and update the graphics. It could have easily meant that, so I was like trying to stay neutral in the whole debate as well, because like I said, I was hearing debate, like controversy about that, because it says remake besides remastered. But yeah, it says I'm reading this article on MSN, which I will link in the pinned comments down below. So if you guys want to read this article without hearing me and my views, you guys can. But it says KOTOR remake has reportedly been delayed indefinitely, which means canceled. Last fall, a remake. So it was earlier this year, I guess. I don't know. Last year. Sorry. Anyways, last fall, a remake of Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic was announced. Many fans considered it one of the greatest RPGs ever, and for good reason. And from what I played of the two games, and this is coming from a guy who hasn't completed both games by the time I'm making this video, I have to agree with it. KOTOR is one of the greatest RPGs out there, for sure. Unfortunately, it's likely isn't coming out for many years. It says, according to Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, sorry if I mispronounced your name, developer Aspyr Media suddenly fired their project art and design directors, Brad Prince and Jason Miner, earlier this month. Following that, Aspyr put the game's development on hold, moving the target release date to sometime in 2025. Almost 3 years is initial projected release window of this fall. Apparently, so that the studio can seek out additional development opportunities and contracts. All of this is allegedly due to Aspyr leadership not being happy with the vertical slice demo of the remake shown sometime in June. More specifically, the development time and resources that went into creating it. What management was explicitly unhappy with it is unknown at this time. And then on Jason's Twitter, he says, news: the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is indefinitely delayed. Bloomberg has learned developer Aspyr abruptly fired 2 directors this month and told staff that the project is on pause as it tries to figure out what comes next. And in here it does show like it looks like it shows the remake. Oh, like trailer for Knights of the Old Republic, so you guys have an opportunity to look at that as well. Um, the time of all of this is curious. Back in May, Aspyr announced that Saber Interactive would assist with the development with the remake. Understandably so, since Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is a massive RPG, so recreating every asset is likely beyond the scope of Aspyr's typical games, which loosely encompasses more simplistic remasters. What happens to the Star Wars Knight of the Old Republic remake from here on out is anyone's guess. So, all I will say is this, really. Admittedly, there's like there are two sides of me for one with the Knights of the Old Republic remake. There was one part of me that was kind of nervous, nervous, like some fans that I mentioned earlier, that was worried that they may screw up KOTOR in this remake, right? But then the other part of me was excited because, at least at this time, I think this was like shortly before Knights of like the first KOTOR game was put onto the Switch. So I never played the KOTOR games ever at this point when I covered this the KOTOR remake being announced. So I was excited because it would have been like my first time playing a KOTOR game, and being able to play KOTOR 1 and a bit of KOTOR 2, I immediately would have still been excited to have played the KOTOR game on my PlayStation. I would have had to have gotten a PlayStation 5, which is really hard to come by. And the ones that are selling online, from what I've heard, are selling for like $1,000, and I'm not going to pay $1,000 just to have a PlayStation 5. The highest I'll go is 600. Just saying. But does it suck that KOTOR is being delayed? Sure. I would have loved to have played this, and I'm hoping by the time that they said they're going to do it, which was 2025, that they will what's the word? Fulfill on their promise. But I was watching Star Wars like Meg's take on it, and she did bring up a good point. That it seems like when it comes to Star Wars, they kind of struggle with production. Like, they announce a few stuff, and half of those stuff they don't follow through. And so I'm kind of at this point with Star Wars when they announce stuff where it's like for example, we're gonna make a Force Unleashed remake, for example, right? Or remaster, whatever. Yes, if that actually happened, and if they actually did bring the Force Unleashed onto like all this current gen systems, I would have been like, yes! Like, inside, like, part of me would be like, yes! But the other part of me would like, okay, that get it remastered first on our Force Unleashed 1 and 2, or a collection of the Force Unleashed games on the PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, Xbox, whatever, would be cool and all, but It's not at the fact that the Force Unleashed will be remastered or remade, regardless of how you guys feel about that scenario in itself. I'll be like, because kind of like with KOTOR right now, we got an announcement for, in my example, the Force Unleashed. But will they follow through? Will there be production issues, or will they indefinitely delay it? So like, which kind of kills any part of me being excited, because like kills that side of me saying like something like, "Yay! I'm so excited! I just can't hide it." Ooh, ooh. Like at a certain point, fans will just get tired and just say, "Okay, you announced this." It'll prevent fans from saying "Yay!" to like, I wonder how long this will last before they cancel it in production. So that's kind of how I feel now. Um, on one hand, I was looking forward to this remaster, remake, whatever they were going to do with it. But on the other hand, I'm not surprised. And at this point, I'm kind of numb to it. So it's kind of a loose. In this scenario, it seems like a lose-lose situation because it was announced that got dropped pretty much. They promised 2025, but I'm at this point where like, okay, let's see if they're going to fulfill on their side. Because I've been let down by Star Wars or current Star Wars, Disney Star Wars, Lucasfilms so much since this Star Wars was under the Disney umbrella that I'm like kind of like I'm starting to be less excited when they announce stuff. I'm more be like, yeah, okay. I wonder how long this will last. So that's just me. What do you guys think about this news? Let me know in the comment section down below. And again, this article will be in the pinned comments down below as well. So if you guys want to read it yourselves and actually look at the trailer yourselves too, you guys can. So that's it. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to one another, and love you all. May the force be with us all.